Loners or people who crave solitude are those who don't need to be constantly surrounded by people. Instead, they are people who enjoy their own company and like things they can do by themselves. They know the importance of being alone and how to be alone in a way that's rejuvenating and healthy. At least, that's what astrology can tell you. There are different kinds of loners. There are people who actually prefer to be alone but are fine with having limited social interaction. They may feel overwhelmed when around groups of people, and need to take a break from social interaction to regroup and distress. Another type of loner is someone who is social, does many social events, but doesn't thrive from social interaction. They simply prefer to be alone. While many introverts do tend to crave their alone time, they may not necessarily be loners, just as not all extroverts need to be with people 24/7. Sometimes, an unfamiliar location can cause one to be a bit of a loner. It can be overwhelming to move to a new city and not know anyone. It can take time to get yourself out there and meet people, especially once you consult their horoscope for a little help. But when you allow astrology to give you some guidance, here are the 6 zodiac signs that like to be alone. First on our list, Scorpio, October 23 - November 21. It's not that Scorpios don't like to be around people, they do, it's just that they can get inside their own heads. When a Scorpio becomes obsessed with a person or a project, they tend to turn inwardly. They plot, they plan, and they become very focused on that obsession, so they tend not to seek out the company of other people during this time. They love being able to sit with their thoughts and hear them without interruption. Next up, Virgo, August 23 - September 22. Virgo is one of those signs that enjoys being around people but finds it incredibly draining. They definitely enjoy their time alone. Virgos love to lose themselves in research or writing and are always trying to better themselves. Since they tend to be shy and cautious, if they don't feel comfortable in a social situation, they'll choose to stay home alone every time. Unless they think the social event will benefit themselves in some way, then they'll force themselves to go out. Virgos tend to be very work-oriented, so it's not unlikely for them to get so caught up in a product that they don't even realize the amount of time they spend by themselves. Third on our list, Cancer, June 21 - July 22. Cancers love people and love to entertain, but if they're feeling resentful and hurt by the negative treatment they've experienced at the hands of others, they'll retreat into their shell. Cancer individuals love being home, so being home alone is not a burden but something they enjoy. Cancers are very sensitive, and there are times when the world can be a cruel and harsh place. Cancer individuals can't take a constant barrage of stimulus and negativity, and must have some time to themselves to recover. Fourth spot, Pisces, February 19 - March 20. Pisces like people, but they love to be alone. They spend a great deal of time inside their heads. Pisces are extremely imaginative and spend a great deal of time alone creating. They can be lazy, so if some social event entails putting on clothes and going somewhere, Pisces will opt for staying in bed and relaxing. They can be very content on their own, doing their own thing, and retreating into the world of their imagination. Now, there are times when Pisces desperately need some social contact, but once that need is satisfied, they can go for a long time just being by themselves. Moving on to our 5th spot on the list, Capricorn, December 22 - January 19. Capricorn can be extremely social one minute, and the next, perfectly happy being alone and doing their own thing. There are times when a Capricorn prefers to keep to themselves and have very little social interaction. It's hard to know how to gauge Capricorn's social level. It could be because they get too caught up in work to go to parties, or sometimes their mood might dictate that time alone is in order. The bottom line is Capricorns can handle being alone very well. Finally, down to our 6th spot, Aquarius, January 20 - February 18. Aquarians love people, but they love being independent and doing things on their own even more. They have no problem traveling and exploring new places by themselves, in fact, they prefer it. They want to be able to see things they want and at their own speed, rather than have to take someone else's needs into account. They're able to enjoy their own company and don't feel cheated when they're solo. Aquarians tend to not go for participating in group activities which can lead others to think they're loners, but it's more than that. Aquarius individuals are most comfortable doing their own thing.